Now let me get to Richard Sherman and Skip Bayless. Because for you all, I wanted to play a part of the conversation that Skip Bayless had with Richard Sherman about what had transpired between them on First Take more than 11 years ago. Before you play the sound, in 12, take a look.
Now, more backstory from my side. First Take at that point was on probation because we had had several incidents, fortunately not involving me. But we were one day away from our audition period trying to stay clean. So I'm thinking quickly as you come after me, oh my God, this is terrible, because Stephen A. badly wanted to get an afternoon slot so that he could sleep a little longer because he goes late to the games and goes to a lot of games. I'm pulling for him and for us to get it. So I am dancing as fast as I can, thinking, I can't really fight fire with my usual fire, or this is going to blow up, not that it hadn't already.
Doing that. The part that Skip Bayless left out was the fact that the bosses at the time didn't care. They had remembered that Skip Bayless lived off of talking about Tim Tebow every day before I arrived. They had accused Skip Bayless, meaning the public, of being a caricature of himself. And even though, and so that's the part he left out. I wasn't the only reason that probationary period per se existed. It existed because the network wanted to make sure that our show wasn't one that just generated ratings, but one that didn't cause them embarrassment and shame. The truth, as it pertained to me, he didn't lie. And I would never accuse him of that, because he is an honest man for the most part. Not open, but he is honest. But he left that part out about Tim Tebow and him. That had a lot to do with ESPN's reservation. And
Yo, it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in. And they say the best way to live a stress-free life is to run your own race at your own pace. Stay in your own lane. Focus on what's in front of you. Don't look to the right. Don't look to the left. Don't look back. Only use the things that happen behind you as a way to move forward. They say it's about the marathon and not the sprint. Long live Nipsey. The marathon continues. The victory lap is going to be here forever because we all chasing the victory lap. Well, when it comes to Stephen A. Smith, he said, nah, nigga, I'm in their lane. It's direct competition. As he went to Instagram today and posted up the ratings for this week of his show, ESPN Network, with First Take versus what happened on Undisputed. 131,000 as opposed to 448. Letting it be known, I'm directly in competition with you niggas. Now, is it street beef? No. Is it Plex? No. But he letting it know, we going at y'all. I'm not focused on my own lane. And I'm gonna add links in the description where you can watch them clips in the beginning there and get the full context, because I didn't pull the whole thing from that right there. And I do want to say this show just started Monday. They just fresh on. Shannon Sharp just left. Shannon Sharp was there for like 6 or 7 years. It's gonna take them a while to get established. That's why I'm a nigga that won't get out here and compete with niggas in certain ways or things like that, because, bro, we even on the same playing field, or like, am I starting way behind you? ESPN been an established network and everything like that. Even though, you know, you can have your critiques about Skip. Do you feel like he's that good as a sports analyst or Stephen A. Smith? But sometimes the playing fields just don't be the same. And we know that, hey, this is a whole new regimen, so I wouldn't even compare the two. Just keeping it all the way 1,000. I wouldn't play that game with nobody like, bro, y'all shit already going on. Y'all already on the bigger network. But Stephen A. Smith said, I'm going to keep my foot on your neck. Because if he didn't feel that way, why would he post the ratings to Instagram directly? But he did also touch on how he felt that Skip Bayless, or he said, hey, nigga, you only told a piece of the truth about that probationary period we were on when you and Richard Sherman had that face-off over 10 years ago. Hey, you didn't jump back at him and everything. You put it on, hey, I was going for the afternoon slot, so we wanted to act right on the probationary period that we were on at the time. But Stephen A. Smith said you was a part of that reason also, because how you spoke about Tim Tebow so much. The ESPN network had critiques about that. Then he also did acknowledge he had made mistakes also, the stuff with Ray Rice and other things. But he was saying, hey, nah, that was y'all. Now, we do know, if you don't remember, Skip Bayless and Richard Sherman getting on the show together, they had to address that viral moment from back in the day. That had to happen. For people who had been watching sports, it was viral. That nigga Richard Sherman was giving Skip hell right there. Really embarrassed him with the straight truth. But then he went even as far as saying, hey, nigga, I'm better in life than you. So that had to get addressed for them to start working together. But also Keyshawn Johnson and Michael Irvin was on there, and Stephen A. Smith did say he wasn't happy about it because he actually is real cool with Michael Irvin and he real cool with Keyshawn Johnson and wanted them to work with him. Well, you got to put that on ESPN, my nigga. They decided to let Michael Irvin go when he caught the accusations earlier this year, right before the Super Bowl with the lady at the hotel and everything that was never proven. And then they decided to let go of Keyshawn Johnson. So when they went to the next network, nigga, it is what it is. But that nigga Stephen A. Smith said it's competition, man. Tell me what y'all think. We got more coming, more videos, all that. 1,000 for shit show. Stay on your pivot.